Welcome to Joyfully Unstoppable, the podcast for women who are ready to succeed without the stress. Whether you're leading a team, a classroom, a boardroom, or your own big, beautiful life, I am so glad you found us. I'm your host, Becky Hamm, leadership coach, speaker, and founder of Women Lead Well. Each week, we'll explore what it means to lead joyfully, sustainably, and authentically, even in a world that tells you to hustle harder and prove your worth. You carry a lot. Let's help it feel lighter. I recently wrapped the pilot of my 12-week burnout recovery program, Frantic to Flourishing, and I loved it. It was so much fun. We had the best group of women, the best weekly group coaching calls, and I'm really excited to be getting the feedback from the pilot. I'm going to work on the program, strengthen it, make it even better for when we launch it again later this year. But I didn't want to wait until that launch to talk about some of the lessons that these women shared with me about their experience in Frantic to Flourishing. And so today, we're going to talk about 3 habits of women who lead for the long haul. I have made sustainable success a core pillar of my business, of the work that I do with Women Lead Well, because I truly believe that you can enjoy success, not just for a moment, but as your norm. But you can't enjoy success if you're running yourself ragged. And there are too many of us who are. So, today's episode is focused on helping you stay effective and grounded and engaged across your entire career. And I'm trying to keep these episodes short, so that's enough of the scene setting. We're going to jump right in. So habit number 1, women who lead for the long haul lead from their values, not just a particular role that they inhabit for the moment. And so here's the take home. Your leadership, if you want to be successful over time for the long haul, your leadership is much more durable when it is anchored in your core values. And look, I've got episodes on core values. I've got a core value worksheet. So if you're not clear about your core values, you can do the values clarification exercise and get clear on your core values, what matters most to you. I will obviously have that linked in the show notes below. But your roles are going to evolve. You're going to promote, you're going to change. You might do a significant career shift. I have coached a lot of women over the past year who are transitioning from one industry to the other because circumstances have changed, because they've realized that the work that they're doing doesn't light them up. Maybe it did in the past, but they've grown and changed. And so a career pivot is real for a lot of women right now. And great, yeah, you get to reinvent yourself and grow and do new things. I love a career pivot, and I love coaching women through them. So if you're anticipating one or exploring one, shoot me a note and let's talk, because I think they're a lot of fun. But my point is this: your values are your values, and you might express your values in slightly different ways in different roles. But if community is a core value for you, you are going to want to look for roles that allow you to operate in community and not be the lone wolf. If transparency is a core value for you, then you're going to want to look for roles that don't require you to refrain from being transparent with your team. And certain industries and certain positions require different levels of discretion and different levels of disclosure. And so lead from your values and then align the role to the values that you have, as opposed to chasing the roles and leading within the context of the individual role, even if it betrays your value. That leading from the role and chasing the role, maybe because it's more prestigious, because it means the promotion, that is a recipe for burnout. That is a recipe for a lack of satisfaction. You're not enjoying your success in that instance. And it's also important to lead from your values because, particularly as we grow more senior, our span of control grows, right? We've got more that we're responsible for, more people, more resources, and significantly greater complexity. And also, the more senior you get, the people who are on your team, your teammates, they're in the trenches. They're the ones solving the problems. And so they'll bring you reports of successes, but what they're really bringing you are their problems, right? They're bringing you the problems that they can't solve at their level. And so all day, every day, you're getting problems that ideally, only you can solve. If your team is bringing you problems that they can solve, that's a different conversation. Reach out and maybe I'll do an episode on that, because they should be taking care of the things at their level and they should be surfacing the things that belong at your level. When you are deeply grounded in your values, you just have a much stronger foundation upon which to tackle those problems that are coming at you all day, every day. And when you are focused on the role and not your core values, particularly when that role has you operating outside of your core values, you love community, but now you're in a lone wolf situation, or you love transparency, but now you're in a job or in a field that forces you to have a high level of discretion and lack of disclosure. And so you can't spitball ideas with other people because you can't talk about whatever it is that you're working on. Okay, that's life, right? But when you're acting out of alignment with your values and those problems are coming at you fast and heavy, it's just a whole lot harder to handle, isn't it? It just is. So, 1, if you want to succeed for the long haul, you have got to be clear about your values. And you have got to be making decisions from your values. So if you have not done that, again, just download the values clarification exercise. It is free. If you would like to talk through your values and how you might better align your positions with your core values, I am only a DM away. Hit me up. I would love to talk with you. And so let me leave you with a couple of questions as you are thinking through your current role and your core values. And that is, where are your values actively guiding your decisions today, right now, in this season of life? And question number 2, where might your values need a clearer articulation or need some reinforcement? These are great questions to reflect on. You can journal on them, but just to give you a way to think about the alignment between your core values and the work that you're doing right now. Okay, habit number 2. Women who lead for the long haul manage their energy. And I mean, you manage your energy as carefully as you manage your performance. Your energy is one of your most valuable resources. Time might be the most valuable resource because you ain't never given any of it back. But energy is what drives what you can actually accomplish with the time that you have. And so, sustainable leadership, sustainable success, it requires deliberate stewardship of your mental energy, your emotional energy, and your physical energy. I know, I just talked about how people are bringing you problems and it's a lot like every day, and it can be. And you can, being the successful, capable woman that you are, think that you're just going to grind your way through it. And look, you can. And you can probably do that for months, maybe even years, because you're awesome. You can probably do really heavy lifts for the long haul. And potentially be miserable doing it. Potentially lose out on a lot of awesome opportunities because you were so narrowly focused on the work that you didn't pay attention to the you with your one life, with this finite time that we never get one extra second of. We're more focused on the work than yourself, than your energy. Successful, sustainably successful women know that their energy is precious, and so they protect it. They protect it through boundaries. They protect it through work. We talked in a previous episode about energy engines and energy leaks. They invest in their energy engines and they plug their energy leaks. You can too. And I'm going to say you should do this for a couple of reasons. One, so that you actually do enjoy your success because you deserve to. But also because we know, there's been a ton of research on this. Tons of studies document without any real doubt that fatigue degrades decision-making. And so if you are in a position where you're running on fumes, where you're not protecting your energy, one, you're draining your body budget on a consistent basis. And that really does have very negative physical health effects for you as a human, in the sense of really bad things can happen in your body. You put yourself in a deficit and that spikes cortisol, that spikes all sorts of things in your body that have negative health effects. And one of those things, we had talked about this in the episode on the body budget, which I will try to remember to link in the show notes below. If not, just look up body budget on the podcast and you'll find it. It's one of the earliest episodes. What we know is that when your body is expending more energy than it is bringing in, your body focuses on life-sustaining activities like keeping your heart pumping, keeping your temperature in the right range, all of that, and self-regulation, mental processing, all of those nice to haves like rational cognition, all of those are degraded to protect energy for the vital core body functions. And so, one, protect your energy just because you deserve to enjoy your life and you deserve to have energy for all the things that light you up, not just your work. Two, protect your energy because your actual physical health depends on it. And three, protect your energy because your mental abilities, your judgment, the quality of your decision-making depends on it. You will be more effective if you are rested, if you plug your energy leaks, and if you feed your energy engines. You just will. And so here are a couple of questions for you to think about this week as you are considering how you're currently using your energy and how you might better protect your energy for long-term success. Question one, it's an easy one. What consistently drains your energy during the week? Where are your energy leaks? And then question two follows along. What structures are you using now to protect your focus and your recovery, to help protect your energy? And I guess there's a third question that's implied in that, which is, what could you do or what would you like to do to better plug your energy leaks and better protect your rest and recovery, to feed your energy engines? And that takes us to habit number 3. Women who lead for the long haul invest in their ongoing reflection and support. And we know this, that leaders who really look at themselves as being active and vibrant, not just for a moment, not just for a year, not just for a season, but for their lifetime. They build in thinking space and trusted support systems. If you want to be a leader for the long haul, you have to constantly be growing and learning and improving. And that means reflection. That means reflecting on your decisions and your actions and what worked and what didn't and what you want to do better. One, because it makes you better, but also because it sharpens your self-trust and it reduces reactive decision-making. The last episode that we had on this tendency that a lot of women have to wait to act until they feel ready, and I talked about how you can build confidence through action, that cycle of growing more confident, you grow your self-trust because you learn from what you do. Your actions are information that you learn from, and that cycle builds your self-trust. And so if you really want to be successful over the long haul, you invest in that self-awareness, in that learning about yourself. It is the foundation for my coaching practice, is women who are committed to their professional growth and development and that they want that sustainable success. Well, that is my job as a coach, is to help them in that self-reflection process and close that loop of using the information to guide decisions about future action carry out those actions, grow more confident, get more information, make more decisions, and then that loop continues on. And so I would say strong leaders, they recognize that learning, that recalibration, that reflection, that growth is part of the secret sauce for their success. And so here are a couple of questions for you to think about as it comes to that reflection and commitment, investment in continued growth. Where do you process your decisions right now? The ones that really matter, that are important for your own professional growth, for your own personal growth. How do you go through making those decisions? And do you protect space? How do you protect space to reflect on those decisions, learn from them, and adapt your future actions? And then second, who helps you to see patterns that you might miss on your own? Right? None of us has clarity of judgment about every single thing. And so who helps you get that clarity of judgment? So I invite you to answer those questions that I've posed throughout this episode and see which habit you want to develop. Is it that you need time to really get clear on your values? Is it that you're actually pretty clear on your values, but what you're not doing a real great job of is protecting your energy? And so you want to develop that habit of energy management and rest. Or is it really that you want to reflect more and get real intentional about your professional growth? I'm going to encourage you to pick one of these habits and then strengthen it in the coming month. And I'm going to want you to reach out and tell me how it's going. You can also join our group on Facebook, the Women Lead Well community on Facebook. You'll see the link in the show notes. It's a phenomenal, very encouraging community of women who build each other up. And if you're looking for an accountability buddy as you're cultivating one of these habits, or just a sounding board, someone to bounce ideas off of, I would invite you into that community group because it really is a special place to do that. And so as we wrap up, I just want to say that I hope that you are preparing yourself to lead for the long haul. The world needs women who are ready, who are resourced. And my sweet friend, you deserve to be fully resourced. You deserve to lead from your values. You deserve to have the energy you need, not just to get your stuff done, but to thrive and enjoy yourself. And you deserve to grow and invest in you. Please don't let the urgent get in the way of the important. Now, I hope you'll join me next week as I walk you through what we can control, what we can influence, and what we just gotta let go. If you're a recovering control freak like I am, you will not want to miss it. Now, if this episode spoke to you, I would love for you to share it with a woman who's running on empty. We need more women leading from alignment, not adrenaline. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you could leave a review, I would really deeply appreciate it. Leaving those reviews on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, it really does help a little podcast like mine get some traction, and it helps it to be shared with other women who could benefit from it. As always, you can grab one of our free resources like Tame Your Inner Critic, the Values Clarification Exercise, or the Mental Load Reset. All of that is available on the Women Lead Well website, and I'll link them in the show notes below. Remember, joyful, sustainable, and authentic leadership is possible, and you deserve to enjoy every minute of it. Until next time, I'm Becky Hamm, and this is Joyfully Unstoppable.